What a time to be a fan. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Newly created channel. It's the Nicholas Prostakis soccer or Chelsea football channel. And we're going to be doing stuff like match previews, game analysis, and overall news that has to do with the club. And today, of course, I'm going to be going over the match preview for tomorrow's game and what I think will be the starting 11. I'll give my starting 11 out. I've decided after getting the inspiration from Mark Goldbridge's recent video and George Benson's recent video, talking about the VAR issues and Michael Oliver issues. Because, of course, Michael Oliver didn't even decide to look at VAR. He decided nope, it didn't touch anything. It went straight through. And, goal kick. No, of course, that's a problem. Of course, now you've seen with Nottingham Forest, they've complained. They've made it a big issue, and that's the only thing you're talking about. Of course, now the Premier League has came out and said they're investigating the tweet on X, and they're gonna go through the motion of it. Of course, they've had a horrendously bad season when it comes to this stuff. I feel like they've honestly suffered the most through all this conundrum. But as it stands with Chelsea Football Club, this is a game. If they win this, they go through to the FA Cup final, and you like their chances to either beat Man United or Coventry City. At the end of the day, it doesn't work like that. I mean, it's on to the next one. As a fan, you like to sit here and dilly dally, and you like to say what it could have been. But right now, I'm at the point where I'm on to the next one. I hope that team could be on to the next one. And, you got to hope your mindset's on Arsenal. As much as now it's going to be impossible, you got to hope it's on Arsenal. Going into this week as a Chelsea fan, especially today, you're thinking like, oh, you got a really good chance of beating Arsenal, at least in our own brains. We think that. But, you're going in, you're feeling happy, you're feeling ready to go, even after a really, really bad weekend. You get in the FA Cup, you're thinking, it can't get worse than the FA Cup was. But then it gets worse. Today, you hear that Cole Palmer and Malo Gusto will most likely not be playing. Of course, Gusto is a guaranteed one, and it looks like Palmer is all but not going to play from what Mauricio Pochettino says. It's heartbreaking in a way. Absolutely. Attack is completely non-existent with no creation from your best player by a landslide in Cole Palmer and your guy who's also going to help you get up the field in Malo Gusto. You're going to have a guy probably start at right back who doesn't even play the right back position, and you're going to have a guy play at right wing, probably Inoni Madueke, who doesn't even really care to be winning or losing games. All he cares about is his personal statistics. So at this point, you're hoping that maybe you could get a draw against this Arsenal team that has been a little washy in these last few games, But I would say that at this point, you're hoping the defense probably stays the exact same because of what you've seen in the last two games. You're seeing a team that's only allowed one goal in these last two games with this defense, and Thiago Silva coming back into the mix after the 6-0 win against Everton, and then the 1-0 loss against City. Here was my original lineup for Tuesday night's game. Petrovic was in net. I still see no change in my upcoming lineup. You'll see the exact same thing. No changes. No need to be any changes. Gusto is at right back, of course. No one else takes his spot. Easily the best player. From the signings that we've made in the previous few years. Massive, massive player. Silva, Chalaba, Cucurella, same thing. And, the entire back line is the exact same thing. It's the best lineup we've seen play these last few games, and easily I think what best fits our system. I honestly think that Silva needs to stay starting because no one else has showed any competency. Chalaba, the most senior other guy on Chelsea, and that defensive back man or that back line. And Cucurella, I think, just fits the mold more now than someone like Chilwell does. Now you're staring at that midfield and you're seeing Gallagher, Caicedo. Where's Enzo? Honestly, if I'm Chelsea, I'm putting Enzo Fernandez out. I'm leaving him out. I'm telling him to go get surgery and finish his season out. I don't see the reason in getting a guy more injured. It just doesn't make any sense. Caicedo, again, guy has to start. He needs probably a rest, to be honest, but this just isn't the game for it. Palmer was originally on the right, but we all know what happened to him. His illness seems to have killed him. Chukwuemeka, I think he deserves the attack through the middle at this point. I don't see another person who could take his spot. Mudryk I have on the left. I think the pace could add another dynamic into this game versus Arsenal that maybe that back line can't handle. and Jackson up front. Still, no one can take his spot. I think that he's probably the best player for the team in this one. So after reading the reports and everything from today's news and injury report, this is the lineup I have switched to. As you see, no changes to the back line, Petrovic, Kukureya, Chalaba, Silva, but one addition comes in, and that is obviously Alfie Gilchrist. Of course, you're probably saying, where's DCC? Why wouldn't you give him the shot? I think you just need a player in there who cares for the badge more. Of course, you've seen DCC go crazy in some of the celebrations, but Gilchrist is a player who just scored in his last time playing that position. I feel like just give him the start. Why not? What do you have to lose at this point against Arsenal? Try the best. Let the kid go. Still the same midfield. Gallagher, Caicedo. You might be saying, again, why not Enzo? I just think, again, like I said, just let him go get injury for the hernia problem. And the Gallagher, Caicedo double pivot really did well in that Everton game. I think that Sterling will probably get a shot on the left-hand side. Pochettino can give Kyler Mudryk a pretty good, solid amount of runs. I think that Sterling will come in. I just think that something about this game and something about this moment, Sterling just screams left-hand side. I would love to see Chukwuemeka play in this game. I think early in the season we saw so much talent with him, and I think I'd love to see him get a game again. Mali Madueke, I think there's not really any options, or there's not really great options to take his spot. So I think this is a game as well we're going to see him in. And then, as you see, Nico Jackson still up top again, even after the horrid display in the FA Cup. Um, I think there's no one else again that could take his spot. Nico Jackson by himself. Not too confident going into Tuesday night's game, but you've got to have all the confidence in the world in your lineup. Of course, taking away two of your best playmakers is going to make it even more harder to get a result. But you got to hope the players can keep building with Poch, keep building the momentum, and trying to build into this Europa Conference League, Europa League push. I'm more of a believer of the Europa Conference League position at 7th, but we'll have to see what the team can do. That's it for me for now. More to come on tomorrow's game. See you.